Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James, and today we're taking a look at another instructive chess miniature, this time with Capablanca with a very beautiful finish. Let's go and take a look. In this game we're going to be looking at the Berlin. Capablanca's playing with the white pieces against a man named Fardolf. Alright, here we go. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, the Ruy Lopez, played by all strong masters. And here the Berlin defense gets played, knight f6, castles of course. And here we're all afraid of these knight takes e4 variations after Kasparov versus Kramnik. Kramnik is just getting all these draws, and Kasparov really can't create those kind of winning chances as a strong attacking player as he is. So here I get a little cringe every time, and yeah, I don't really like castling, but that is one of the best ways to play here. With that being said, castles got played, d6 get played, the Steinitz defense here. Although this is not the best way to play, it is very, very solid. A lot of lower-rated players have a hard time with this because in this variation, white actually gets a huge spatial advantage. What's that mean? Well, they're going to have extra space in the game. Converting that to a win definitely takes a player of high status or a player with high amounts of understanding in that area. So a lot of lower-rated players don't really know how to do this or convert those kind of wins, so they do have a hard time with this. But here, let's see how Capablanca creates some good winning chances out of this very drawless opening. Excuse me. So, d4 gets played. Let's open up this center. The king is still there. Bishop d7, a very common move right here. Knight c3, nothing fancy, just developing our pieces. Bishop e7, and again, black has a very simple setup. Again, the only thing about this is that there really is no weaknesses in this game for black. Rook e1 gets played. Pawn takes on e5. Knight takes on d4, knight takes, queen takes, bishop takes, knight takes. Here black is very happy to start making as many trades as possible. In fact, you're playing against one of the best chess players in history, so I definitely don't see, I definitely understand why he wanted to do that. Alright, the game continues. Black goes ahead and castles, and here I will challenge you to find a very nice idea here for white. Now I'm not saying look for a win, I'm saying better your pieces. In fact, I'll challenge you to see if you can better your knight here. Where's the best place for your knight? And try to find a way to get your knight there. Remember, I do encourage you to push pause. Alright, hopefully you found it. One of the ways that you can start learning how to find or put your pieces to good squares is just by thinking about where the best place is. Here the knight's best square is definitely this f5 square. The knight on f5 is worth a pawn, as Kasparov used to say. The knight on f5 will create lots of winning chances because of the attack. And in this game we're going to see just that. The question is, how do you get your knight there? Well, hopefully you found this inspired maneuver. Here, Capablanca plays queen c3. A very nice move here with the idea of knight to d4, f5. I really like this move, and look, every move makes a threat. Queen is also threatening to take the pawn on c7. Pawn c6 gets played. Ooh, now we have a new weakness. Do you know what the new weakness is? Hopefully you see it. It's this d6 pawn. This is a backwards pawn, an open file here. This is going to be a target, as it is in the game. Knight d4 now gets played. Black plays knight d7. A really nice idea here, looking to either play bishop f6 or maybe knight to e5. Alright, well, simple chess. Knight to f5 coming with the tempo threatening the checkmate on g7. Bishop f6. Where do we move this queen? Obviously it's being attacked. Remember, the weakness here is the d6 pawn. Simple chess. Let's bring this queen over to the king side. Now we have this really strong attack on g7 for checkmate threats, and also a double attack on the d6 pawn. Black really has no choice here. Knight to e5 has to get played. Alright, your turn. Develop with the threats. What do we play here? Of course, bishop f4. A very nice move, putting pressure on the knight here, and also setting up some nice tactics. Black plays nice and comfortable. Queen c7, getting ready to move the rook over to defend this d6 pawn. Rook a d1, developing with the threat. All the pieces are now active. Rook a d8. Now it is up to you to try to find the next combination here by white. Alright, what do you play here as white? This is a very nice idea. The computer gives pawn to h4 as the best move, which as we know now, computers love playing this really cool pawn h4 idea. What's h4 about? h4 is very simple. I want to play h5, h6, and I'll create some weaknesses around your king. For the price of one pawn, I can make 3 pawns weak. Very good. Unless you're Capablanca, then you're going to look for a more direct win, and he finds this very nice calculation. Rook takes on d6. Now, computer is very mean and actually does point out a way against this idea, but unfortunately for black, he did not. All right, rook takes on d6. Rook took back. Bishop takes on e5. Look at this beautiful move. Not only does it attack winning a piece, but also threatening on g7 for checkmate, and also adding to a pin over here against the queen. Well, black has to play very smart here. He misses the best move. He plays rook to d1, and the game is over with the final combination. Can you find the move that Fernov missed? Here, black to move. It's actually a simple move that I'm pretty surprised that he didn't see. Here, you're going to go ahead and play queen to a5, getting out the pin, and also threatening the rook here on e1. Now, again, I'm not too sure why this was not played, but even here, Capablanca is still winning in this game. It's a double attack for the bishop and also for the rook. So, simple chess. Bishop goes back to c3, attacking the queen. The bishop is pretty much forced to take here, and we take back with the pawn, and this is the bad part about this. The knight is still threatening the rook, the queen's still threatening, and we still have this checkmate idea. With that being said, black can still play rook g6, knight e7 check, king h8, knight takes, and probably will take back toward the center here. And well, computer's giving this as an even game. Unfortunately for black, he did miss this, but it was a good thing he did because we get to see this beautiful final combination. So in the game, rook d1 got played. Simple chess. Let's just go ahead and take back. Bishop takes on e5, and now the final combination. Can you find it? I highly encourage you to push pause here and see if you can find this beautiful move. Remember, checks, captures, and threats. That's what we're looking for here, and that's exactly what happens. Knight h6 check. Of course, pawn can't take due to the pin. King h8, and this is where the real spice is. Can you find the move? Queen takes on e5. What a beautiful move, and a very simple idea, the back rank checkmate. Well, after queen takes e5, your queen is now hanging. You don't have time to take this knight over here. If you do take on e5, as would happen in the game, here just a simple move. Knight takes f7 check, forking the king and the queen. At this time, black went ahead and resigned. Of course, if you play king over, knight just takes on e5 is a very easy endgame to win. Also, of course, if you play rook takes f7, well, checkmate in 3, my friend. So sorry. Incorrect. We're going to go ahead and play rook to d8 check. Queen back, rook takes, rook back, rook takes. Well, hope you enjoyed this game. This is a very nice game by Capablanca and a very beautiful miniature. We'll see you in the next one.